What's up guys, it is Coaster Source here, and for today's Coaster Review, I will be reviewing Railblazer at California's Great America. It opened the same year as Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster, the world's first single rail coaster, but Six Flags beat Cedar Fair in announcing it, but this coaster is a fantastic ride. I rode this coaster lots of times, and every single ride, it took my breath away. It is hands down one of the most extreme coasters out there. I absolutely love this thing. It is an RMC Raptor, and today I'll be discussing this ride in this video. It's 106 feet tall, 52 miles per hour. It has 3 great inversions and a track length of 1,800 feet long. What's so amazing is that this coaster fits in such a small footprint. It is just crazy, really. Pretty much every element on this thing is perfection. It's filled with crazy airtime, great inversions, and has some really intense moments to it. It has a 90-degree drop, which is awesome, and it feels like even though it's 52 miles per hour, it definitely feels like it's going way faster than that. It never lets up a bit. I mean, you're absolutely speeding through the course insanely fast, or at least it feels like, but it never stops until you hit the brakes. I mean, just watch the footage. I mean, it looks like way faster than it is. Now, one downside is that it is pretty short, taking into account on how fast it is, but the length is not the longest. I mean, but look at the space they actually had to work with, which is actually amazing on what they did. Now, Railblazer has a great amount of theming. You have the rock work all around the ride. The trains are like dirt bikes. Like, the theme is pretty much you riding your dirt bike through the canyons or something like that. I mean, the trains are themed really good, but you have these over-the-shoulder restraints, which, like, the whole restraint system I have almost never seen before. You have the main bar that comes down with the over-shoulder restraints, which I think was pretty interesting. I actually pinched my fingers a couple of times when pulling down the bar, which actually did hurt, so try to avoid that. All of this when having a single seat on each row, which definitely slows down the capacity, which is why we got why we bought fast lane passes. I mean, looking on how long the regular line was and how slow it was moving, it just looked horrendous. But other than that, let's talk about the ride itself. Now, you start by leaving a station and going up this pretty steep lift hill, and then you get to the top. After you get off that chain, it is non-stop action from then to the finish. So you bank around, which you start to get lots of speed, which I actually have no idea where you get this speed. I mean, it's crazy, really. But you kick it off by going down this 90-degree straight down drop. And I mean, in the back, you get whipped down it, and it is insane. So you go through this tunnel, which is rock work, and you absolutely haul into the first version, which is a dive loop. I mean, this whole ride really hauls, and it is so whippy through every single element. I mean, I really just can't describe it. But then you suddenly plunge down back into one of my favorite elements on this ride, this off-axis airtime hill that delivers some of the best ejector airtime in the world. You absolutely go flying out of your seat while twisting one way, and then it pulls you to the other way, which is insane, leading you into your next element where you go from low to the ground, banking up in a spiral, which is actually really intense. Then you bank the other way in an S-curve type element, leading you into this drop right after the spiral, which is probably takes my cake for the best element on this ride. It flings you out of your seat like Hulk smashing Loki, which is so intense. Ejector airtime, it is just crazy good. That off-axis airtime hill is probably my second favorite element on Railblazer, but this one it's just my favorite. I just love this element. It's definitely my favorite element on Railblazer. It then leads you into a cutback that's pretty much a bank turn that inverts. I mean, and these inversions are always fun. Following that, you go through a roll into a very tight and fast bank turn, and then into the brakes. Now, when hitting the brakes, you are just speechless on how intense this ride is. Since it is so fast going to the brakes, prepare for a hard stop. Now, I got to ride this, I think 7 times from what I remember. I think 3 times in the front and 4 times in the back. And after those rides, I think the back is better, and I normally like front seats on coasters better. But if you get a chance to do both, do it, because both rows are really good. Now, if you are worried about smoothness, this coaster is very smooth, but you won't really notice it from how intense it is. But overall, this thing is crazy, guys. It is relentless, crazy action from start to finish that definitely deserves the score that I'm about to give it, and that score is a perfect 10 out of 10. It is a no-brainer that it deserves the score it gets, and this was like, when they added it, this was absolutely a home run of an addition to the park. It's probably my favorite coaster in California, and definitely take the trip to Northern California to ride this thing. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified when I post a new video. It helps a lot, and I'll see you guys later.